Hello and welcome to the NHL Best Bets. Yesterday was another surprise by Montreal, or maybe it wasn't surprise because we have used to know that they are surprise of surprises, so there can happen anything with those games. Um, Picks was not like machine usually is not providing any surprises. We predict the most probable winner, and this time it was Vegas. However, Montreal was clearly better in this game. They won it 4-1, and Vegas was frustrated, played a bit similar as last playoffs, couldn't score, couldn't actually generate too many chances either. So, Tommy, do you think it would be Montreal to the Stanley Cup like we never predicted throughout or playoffs?
Yeah, in this case, I think it's better to bet against the simulations. Montreal have played a lot better than we expected at any point. They did, like you mentioned, frustrate Vegas. Vegas couldn't get to the scoring chances, and when they did, Montreal goaltender Carey Price was the man of the match in this case. Couple of great saves kept Vegas without any goals until the third period, where our favorite boy Max Pacioretty finally scored, but in a wrong game. In the other end, Nick Suzuki, that we predicted not to make points, was the man of the match offensively for Montreal and instantly got points in the second period already, so that bet was off then. For Stanley Cup, I still don't trust Montreal enough. And in the next game against Vegas, it is the first time that this team has a lot of pressure on them. Nobody expected anything. Now there is something there. Montreal, home crowd, all these things. They have to win the game at home, or they have to go to game 7 again in Vegas, which is not a nice place to play for a visitor, even if it has been a good place for Montreal Canadiens this season. But a bit disappointing game from Vegas, bad pick from us. Let's see how they manage in Montreal when they actually have a knife to their throat the first time in this series.
Yeah, Vegas had a few chances to clinch the series against Minnesota. It ended up to be game 7. Then in Colorado, they managed to do it in a first opportunity. Colorado was maybe a bit, I don't know, frustrated as well because their top guys couldn't score. But now Montreal seems to have quite a bit depth in their team, and also this kind of similar grinding style that Vegas has been famous. So now, like we say in Finland, Montreal is serving their own medicine to the Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. Feeding the fodder to Vegas. That's how Vegas got through this far. Now Montreal is doing the same thing to Vegas. So a very interesting setup altogether, and a lot more interesting series than many predicted. So Montreal has made it a good series, and deservedly so. Might go to the Stanley Cup Finals.
But they are not doing that tonight. Tonight is the next game between Tampa Bay Lightning and New York Islanders. If Islanders doesn't win, this would be the last game in Nassau Coliseum history. The great history of a great team of Islanders, especially during the 70s. However, our simulations show that Islanders and Tampa Bay game is more or less 50-50. Home team have played well in both cases, and they won a previous game at home. Odds plus 136 provide great value for this one, and also this series recently have been quite goal extravaganza, and actually 8-0 was maybe a bit too much than anyone predicted, but still over 5.0 goals, minus 108 is a good value in this case.
Yeah, it's now or never for New York Islanders again. So they have to play better than last time. They lost 8-0, horrible loss. Nothing went their way in that game. Now they are playing at home. They have nothing to lose really. This is a game that they just have to win, pure and simple. I do think this is the best position to be in if you're Barry Trotz and this group of warriors they have in Islanders. It's not a very skillful team, like we keep repeating, but they fight until the bitter end. I do think that they are a match to Tampa Bay Lightning in this game, and we are going to see the game 7 in this series as well as probably in the other one. Tampa Bay, as we have seen when they have played extremely good match, maybe the next one will be not so great. They are a winning team for sure, but sometimes they let go a little bit, and now New York Islanders are 100% in. If Tampa Bay gives any space, Islanders will exploit that. And at the same time, over 5.0 goals. It's there, but in simulations, about 60%. It's more likely that both teams score about 3 goals. If that happens, if Islanders is going to win this, I do think they're gonna score 4 goals. Tampa Bay may be left to 1 or 2. So tables will turn. Not 8-0, I don't think, but somehow over 5 goals in the simulation, 60%, and we have Islanders winning with 52%. So there it is a very much of a coin flip, but Islanders have a small edge because of the situation. It's all in. Either you win and play still for Stanley Cup final, or you go home and start playing golf.
Yeah, Islanders maybe go to fishing as well, as there are some good fishing spots next to their home arena. But like you said, this time Islanders have nothing to lose. They have been cruising to this point in playoffs by winning before game 7. So now they need to push forward and try to hope that game 7 is the place to win for them.
Yeah, always good when you get game 7. It's good for us, good for crowds, good for everyone.
Let's see how this goes. We have a good game coming tonight, and we'll be back with further analysis of Vegas Montreal game tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.